I'm Tarot Oracle. This is how to write your own tarot book easily with no software purchases. So I know you have a tarot book in you. I know that you have a book in you. You're waiting to write this book. And there's so many intimidating factors here about writing a book. What software do I need? How long is this going to take to type all of this up? It's so tedious. You don't need anything. It's all free. You can do it on your phone. You don't even need to type. Literally. I'm going to show you everything. Super easy. How to write your own book, how to get this done, and how to knock it out. Because I know you have ideas in your mind that nobody else has thought of, and you need to get a book out there. Then I'm going to show you how to publish it, both a print version and online, and distribute it, and all of this good stuff. So let's get started and find out all the cool stuff. So we're going with a modern approach. What is the modern approach? If you got a phone, you're all set. You don't need a computer. You don't need to buy anything. You need a phone and an internet connection, and then you're all good. Assuming you don't have a flip phone from the 1980s. Well, no, the 80s. Well, the 80s was like it was like the big phone that you had in the suitcase. But no, like the 90s. You don't need a flip phone. You will do it in the modern approach. All right. Let's go with the talking points. Voice dictation via your phone. It's come a long way. You remember the old days when you had to buy like Dragon Naturally Speaking or it was IBM Via Voice or something like that. Anyway, those were hundreds of dollars. You don't need those. Your phone is actually so insanely accurate. I'm going to show you a demo. It's nuts. So I'm going to show you how to do that properly. Now, where do you get copyright-free images? The original Rider-Waite-Smith is out of copyright in the U.S. as of like 1966. But, if you want something fancier, or you're in the EU where it doesn't go out of copyright until 2022, I have images available from my tarot deck that I will be glad to share with you that you can use. All right. Now, the cloud storage of your text, this is the big part. This is all about storing your book online to where if your phone crashes, if your computer crashes, you're not like, no. Everything's backed up. Everything's on the cloud. Even if you don't hit save button, it saves anyway. It saves like as you're typing or as you're talking. It's just amazing. I'm going to show you how to do this. Now, once I have some text, how do I get it into a book format where it has chapters, where somebody can click on a chapter and go to it, to where I can have a synopsis, to where I can add references. We're going to do all that. Adding a cover. Where can I make a beautiful cover for my book that looks professional for free? I got you covered. Printing it, right? How do I distribute it electronically? How do I get it on Amazon, Nook, Google, iBooks? How do I do all that? I'm going to show you. And finally, physical printing. I'm going to show you the super cheap option where you can print it for like $5, like $3, $5. You can get a prototype printed for like $3 plus $5 shipping. I'm going to show you all the places to get these things printed. All right, so let's get started. Before we go full in though, where do I get copyright-free images? According to Wikipedia, the deck called the Rider-Waite-Smith fell into public domain in 1966, and it's been available for you to use in different media projects, right? So I know U.S. Game System, there's some controversy over, does U.S. Game System have a copyright on this or not? If you want to avoid this problem entirely, I'm going to show you how in a minute. But if you're in the EU, it's more complex because now you got to wait for 2022 to get that done. So, basically it's supposedly copyright free as of today. Now, if you want to be super safe, you can use my deck if you're a member of, starting in August. I give you rights to my deck, to use my deck. So if you want something more colorful, pretty, whatever, you can use images from my deck in book print format or digital format. In other words, your website, your blog, ebooks, whatever you want to do, I give you rights. Now, these are icon versions. They're not going to be the big versions you can print on a t-shirt. I mean, obviously, come on. But if you just want to, this is for books. If you want to use it in your book, if you join my membership of 10 or 20 bucks, I will give you the rights to use, and I'll give you the images so you can use these in your projects. Again, that includes websites, blogs, and anything else you want to do as well. All right, so let's look at voice dictation. Google Docs is a free thing on your store, whether it be Apple Store, Google Store, whatever. The Google Docs is there. You're going to grab Google Docs, and you're basically going to talk into your phone. I'll show you a demo in just a second. We're going to talk into our phone, and it's insane. It's insanely accurate. So let's go to a demo right now, and here we go. So here is a quick demo on how to do on your phone. You get Google Docs, you hold it, and you want to create a new document. We're creating a new document. So a year later. Okay, now you can change the title up here when you need to. Now instead of typing, I just do voice dictation. Today, I went to the store, comma, and I picked up a few cans of beans, comma, some rice, comma, and also some Coca-Cola because I was out at the time, period. Luckily, comma, the store did not have a long checkout line, so I was able to get out of there fairly quickly, comma, and return home to watch some movies, period. Okay, as you can see, that is insanely fast. No spell check required. It does everything for you. So you can literally do this on the train to going to work. You can do this in your car. So you just spout out whatever ideas that you have and, come back home and then modify it as required. So then you can keep individual chapters separate, or you can just keep individual notes separately. And again, it will handle all the spelling check for you. And now all you have to do is save it, and it'll be in the cloud. So even if your phone crashes, it's still backed up. You never have to worry about backups. So, I mean, such a massive advantage, and you can get easily 10, 20 pages a day just driving around in the car, walking around, thinking in your house, and you don't need a computer. You just use your phone. So there you go. All right, now that you've seen that demoed, you can see that there's a lot of bonuses here, man, a lot. The text is stored in the cloud. If your phone crashes, if your computer crashes, if something crashes, it's backed up. It backs up as you type. It literally will back up like every 10 seconds or something. It's insane. So if something happens, you close out the app accidentally, it's probably 99% of what you said is backed up. There's also no need for a computer, which is important because you get a virus on your computer, something happens to the computer, you lose it, your kid accidentally deletes it, whatever. You don't need a computer, and there's no backup required. I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, I lost all of this information on my phone because I forgot to do something, or I switched phones and I didn't copy it out. No need for any of that crap. It's in the cloud. It's in the cloud. You don't got to worry about it. You can also switch easily between phones or computer. So if you grab your boyfriend's phone, husband's phone, you want to continue using that, or you get a new phone, you don't have to worry about it. You install Google Docs and boom, there's all your stuff. And if I want to go to my computer and edit it, and then I want to go back to my phone and add some text via voice, that's easy. It's all handled there. The other plus is going to be easily separated chapters. In other words, I'll make a new Google Doc every time I'm changing chapters. So you don't have to, you don't have this 900-page document. You get an easily separated chapter. In other words, I have a chapter for the fool. I have another chapter for the magician. It's all there for me. It's all easily separated into little documents. And the best part, if you're not a native English speaker, you're bad with spelling or any problems like that, you can be the worst speller in the world and get away with it, right? So Google does all the spelling for you. You just tell it what words you want. Of course, it's going to get a couple of words wrong. It's not perfect, but I've done about 180 pages so far in Google Docs with my voice, and it has been 99% accurate. I've had zero issues. Not obviously, I've had very, very few issues, like a capital letter was missing. It was there instead of there. You know what I'm saying? So it handled all that stuff. And Google Docs will highlight a word if it's grammatically incorrect. It'll highlight it for you, so you don't got to worry about that. All right. Part two. I have a Google Docs, a bunch of little files with all my text. Now, how do I turn this into a book? You need to go to readsy.com. Readsy.com is where it's at. It will allow you to create your book, write on the book, and it'll output it in 3 formats that you can run with. So if you're looking for, creating a book, it'll handle chapters for you. It'll organize it for you. It'll handle notes. It'll handle references. It does everything for you. And it's free. It's free. Readsy.com. You can also use this thing on your phone. You don't need a computer. Load it up on your tablet. Use Readsy on your tablet. It's no big deal at all. So here's what it looks like. Here is Mastering Tarot Combos. Obviously, on the left side, we have your copyright. Table of contents is created for you. You don't got to deal with it. You can have other stuff up front. Now, the body of your book is down here. We got the introduction. This is mine. I got card groupings. And so you click on this. You make a new chapter. You click here. Make a new chapter. And then you just, I pasted the text from Google Docs into here. And then I made this highlight. So I made this bold, of course. It also, you can add images as well. So if you want to add some images, you just drop them in and it'll do that. It also will track your changes. So in case you have 2 or more people writing it, or you're wondering what you wrote yesterday, it'll track your changes for you, which is amazing. Anyway, that's what it is. You got the main text is on the right and the chapters are on the left. You click on the chapter and it'll take you right there, and then you just start typing, or you start doing all that stuff. So there you go. All right, now once I'm done with my book, I got all the text ready. I want to export it. This will export it to a tablet or phone friendly PDF file. When I say tablet or phone friendly, meaning that I can click on it, I can click on a chapter and it'll zoom to that chapter, right? So it's standard PDF, the PDF that I would give you for your tablet phone. I click on chapter 13. It goes directly to chapter 13. That's going to be handy to give to people. And that is, and when you do print on demand PDF, it'll give you both the PDF and a PDF that's able to be printed in a book. Okay? You got all sorts of options. You want different text, it'll do the different text. It also does Kindle friendly Mobi files, and it'll do EPUB files as well. So whatever e-reader you have, it'll export it close enough. I think I have like 9 e-readers, so every one of them is able to read the files that I made. My Nook, my Books tablet, Kobo. I mean, there's so freaking many. Whatever you got, it'll work with EPUB and Mobi. Right? If it doesn't, we always have Calibra, right? Calibra handles everything else. If I need to create an AZW3 file for an older Kindle or whatever, Calibra will convert it via Convert Books. It will literally convert your book to whatever you want. So you just let it know what you want to do. It'll convert your book to whatever format that you need, and then it'll handle everything for you. It'll input the Mobi or EPUB. Calibra also allows you to tweak your book text. If you want to change the font across the board, it'll do that for you. If you want to embed 20 other fonts in your book, it'll do that for you. Calibra does everything for you that's aside from editing and getting the book ready. Now I want to create something cool and something amazing. So now I have to go to Canva.com. That's going to allow you to create basically a cover. There we go. So now I can create whatever book cover I would like. So let's say I want, I could use this book cover here. I'm going to change this text to, Tarot Oracle's book. There you go. And then let's see. I want to move this element over here. I want to get rid of this extra text. Can I highlight it? There you go. Get rid of this extra text. And yeah, a year later, it's great. Okay, so you got the Tarot Oracle book written by Tarot Oracle. So there you go. Tarot Oracle book written by Tarot Oracle. And there you have it. I mean, that's all you need in life. That's all you need in life. And they got like hundreds recently used inspirational book covers. They got hundreds of these things. And then you can add photos to it if you're interested in some photos. So let's say I want a photo of tarot. I'm just going to go search for tarot and drop in a photo of tarot. So let's see, I want it to be there. I can make it there. I want it to replace that. I want it to be overarching across the entire thing. I can do that. Now I got the Tarot Oracle. I'm going to get rid of the bus. I want to drag that down. I got the Tarot Oracle book. Let's make it nice. Oh no, that's not nice. Let's make it nice. That'll make it look terrible. Okay, let's make it look a little better. There we go. The Tarot Oracle book. I don't like the font. Maybe, no, that font's terrible. Yeah, that font's nice. That font's nice. Let's make it a little bit better. There we go. Maybe that font's not so good on that background. What about this one? The Tarot, whatever. The Tarot Oracle book, I get to choose between 10 million fonts. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, so that is how to use Canva to create your own book cover. You can use images. They got photos from everywhere. If I don't want tarot and I want a nice stream in the background, nice and relaxing stream, I can include that as well. There we go. Now we got a nice relaxing stream. Let's change that to white, I guess. Get rid of that sun. There you go. A nice relaxing stream. Get the tarot. Whoops. Let me move that up here. Tarot Oracle presents the Tarot Oracle book. Let's get rid of all this stuff over there. There we go. The Tarot Oracle book, Tarot Oracle stream. There you go. Anyway, you get the idea. Canva makes everything super easy to get your book cover out and up and running. And then you just download it as a JPEG or whatever you'd like to download it as. Anyway, so that's all you really need in life is Canva.com. Okay, so the next thing you need to do, obviously, is, publish it. So we can publish it digitally on Amazon.com. So we can publish with Amazon.com. So you can go here and Google publish to Kindle, take control of self-publishing. So you get royalties up to 70%, distribute it globally, etc., etc. You can also print it. Amazon will handle the printing for you. I've not tried this, but they will handle the printing for you, which is obviously going to be a huge plus for you as far as that goes. You can also publish. Amazon's going to be your main one, right? It's going to be your main one. You can also turn it into an audio book and put it on Audible as well. So Kobo is probably the second as far as ebooks. It's the second biggest e-reader. So Kobo, you can get Kobo self-printing. So new author, you click there, you publish your book on the Kobo store, and that allows people to purchase it on the Kobo store. Same with Barnes & Noble Nook. You can go to their Barnes & Noble and print it there as well. The big one, the big two, going to be Google and iBooks. So Google allows you to publish it on there, obviously the Google Play. And the Google Books, obviously you can do an audio book as well. Once you get that started, that's going to be a big plus for you. And how to do a book on Google Play. You create an account, you do the terms and conditions, you become a Google Books partner or whatever, and then you sign up there. So Google Books, not as big as iBooks, but I mean, it does have a lot of stuff there. So if you want to get maximum exposure, I would do all of these. I mean, I don't think there's a cost to any of these. So I would do them all, you know. All they're going to do is take royalties. So there's that. There is that. All right, the big one, by far the biggest one, as far as what you can do with your book, is going to be iBooks. I say that because it supports movies and audio as well as text. Okay, what do I mean by that? Let's watch the video. Okay, just to show you quickly what's possible with iBooks on an iPad or a phone, you can click on a book and you can not only have links and pictures like here, so you have links so you can click on that and get more information. You can have embedded videos as well.
I'm Tony Northrup and I'm in the studio today to talk about image stacking. Image stacking is a macro
you can get that video and you can put it on your TV if you have a compatible device. You can maximize it. You can see all the video within a window. You can pause it. And again, you add links as well. You have video. You can add interactivity. In other words, we have sub pictures to where you do that. So there are a lot of books that make use of that. So pretty interesting stuff. And I mean, really, really amazing technology as far as iBooks are concerned that you can't get in other platforms. Same thing with the Space book. In the Space, you can go to different parts of this, as well as you can go to different chapters down here. So it's extremely interactive, and it has videos, it has slideshows, audio, and things like that, all within the realms of iBooks. So if you're interested in publishing on iBooks, it's a little extra work, but the amount of stuff you can add to your book is absolutely insane. So as you can see, iBooks will let you embed videos, audio, a lot of interactive stuff. So if you want to be really, really robust with your book and put a lot of extra stuff on it, iBooks is the way to go. I mean, you can get some nice sales if you have embedded audio and video with your book, because now you can show people what it looks like instead of just explaining it in text. People love that. That's a nice break. You know, you're reading a 400-page book. It's a nice break to watch a couple of videos in there. I'm just saying. I don't think there's a limit. I know the book that I showed you has over 20 hours of video, so that's a lot of video. You know, I'm just saying, iBooks is the way to go if you want some interactivity and you want a lot of extras, okay? So now, finally, let's print the book that we made. Blurb supposedly integrates with Readsy. Readsy is the site I just showed you where you organize your chapters and all that other stuff. You print on demand with Blurb. It's a bit pricey compared to some of the others I'm going to show you, but it is there. It is there, and it is an option if you're interested. The other one is Bookbaby. I know it sounds weird, but hang on. Bookbaby, for a 6x9 trade paperback, I can get 70 of these 60-pound natural paper stock gloss cover finish for $5.29. That's about $7 each. They are responsive. They are quick turnaround. Bookbaby can do single books reasonably as well. When I say reasonably, I'm talking like $30. If you don't want to spend $30 on a single book, what I mean by single book, I mean, you know, you need a prototype. You don't want to just print 500 books without seeing a prototype first. So getting a single book printed is expensive. It's going to be $30 usually. I'll show you another vendor that'll do it for cheaper, but they're not very responsive, or they're not as responsive. So if you're looking to get a book printed, Bookbaby is not a bad solution. Now, there are 10 billion people that will print your freaking book. 10 billion. So literally there's an unlimited supply of people that would love to print your book. I'm assuming that you're not going to be printing 10,000 copies. So I'm looking at and I'm going for low volume printers that'll be friendly to you. Bookbaby, Zing Print, other people as well. But this is pretty reasonable. $5.29 for 70 books is pretty reasonable. That's $7 each. You can sell it for 10, 15 bucks, whatever you want to do, right? And it's a bound book. I mean, it's a bound book. All right, let's look at the last one. Superior Pod is insanely cheap, like comically cheap. You can get a bound book, a 100-page bound book, you can get it for $2. So, and that's one copy. In other words, I want one copy. I want a prototype. I want one bound book of my book that's only 100 pages. They'll do it for $2-3, man. And they'll ship it to you for under $5. So I'm telling you now, this company is insanely cheap. But due to that, due to the sheer volume of work that they have, it takes them a while to turn work around. Obviously, COVID doesn't help. COVID makes it even slower. I've used them 7 times, and each job that I've done took a month. So if you're looking for something in a week, few days, it's going to be a while. It's going to be a month. If you email them, I would recommend calling instead. Email tends to be a bit slow response. I would call. The call, they pick up on the first ring usually. And they're very, very responsive on the phone. So, but again, you're looking at long turnaround, sometimes a month. The quality is good. It's a good quality. I mean, they're a legit print shop. And they'll print, again, they'll print a 75 or 200 page a book, which is, about average, about, what you're going to do there. It's $5. It's $5. If I get one, it's still $5. In other words, if I go to Bookbaby and I want one book, they're going to charge me $30 because it's a pain in the rear end to load up my template, to proof it, to put it into the printer. They're going to charge you $30. They're not going to charge you $7. Okay. Superior Pod though, Superior Pod will do it for a couple of bucks. So if you're looking for cheap, I'm telling you that Superior Pod's the way to go. If you don't mind the wait, if you're okay waiting for a month, I would go with them. All right, they're a good company. I've printed 7 jobs. My only complaints are a lack of email responsiveness and the long turnaround. But COVID doesn't help. COVID does not help at all. Anyway, so. And the rumors are true. Did you know I had a Patreon? A Patreon is where you can support me. If you like the work I do, if you like the things that you see on the channel, consider supporting me. What do you get, you ask? By the way, 51 patrons. Oh, wow. Thank you so much for all of your support. Everybody on screen is a Patreon supporter. Thank you, and thank you again. I cannot tell you how much your support means to me. I greatly appreciate that. Now, why are they there, you ask? Well, you get all the handouts from all of my projects. So if I have a handout for the collabs or the tarot and the seasons, the selling your tarot on Kickstarter, Psychic Fair secrets, all of the handouts, all of the cheat sheets. You get it all, including all of my books that I've written, the Tarot Oracles book, Echoes of Nature book, and the upcoming book that I have for the Waterfall Tarot deck. In addition, you get the Fluffy Virgo Lenormand and all the Lenormand cloths are all included. But the best part, one of the best parts as well, is I teach you how to draw. So if you're interested in drawing stuff, if you're interested in getting pet portraits out the window, I teach you secrets on how to do that in like 4 to 5 hours. You can draw the animals you see on the screen. I have secrets to how to do it super quickly. I have super quick method to where everything you see on the screen was done in 4 to 5 hours. What can you do with this? You can go to your local Facebook groups and sell it. You can go on Etsy and sell pet portraits and make some pretty good cash. I mean, on Etsy, just by the way, this is 15 hours, 15 to 20 hours of information and actual instruction. I show you all of the pencils to use, how to use them, all the techniques step by step. Nice slow manner. And again, this is only 4 hours work. I mean, you see people on Etsy doing realistic pet stuff. They're charging over $100. So, you know, if you're interested in this, if you're interested in cranking this out in like 4 hours, then definitely see my course. My actual pets look better than that. That's kind of, I mean, that was like a 3-hour job there for me. But yeah, the actual pets look better than that. I mean, look at that and compare it to that. I mean, mine look better. I mean, I'm just saying, mine look super realistic, and I only do it 4 to 5 hours. Anyway, thank you for supporting and watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, we'll see you next time.